Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But by then she dodged the next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern. Things ended like a James Bond opening. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise ran away, but then she collapsed. It was a very heartbreaking story. I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Mystic Misty's mysterious Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
Seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Do I have to?
I guess not. Guilty.
You know what? I think I will.
Too late. I banged the gavel.
Okay, let's see.
I don't see anything in particular off about this so far.
I do.
Oh?
Back to the
from the front.
Well, that too, which might actually be what we're going for. I was noticing her back to the stone lantern, but did you have to write on it?
Yeah, that too. So it's.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's the one you found. I'm pretty sure.
Because the quarter says she was stabbed from the back.
Yeah. There we go. It was that one. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris.
Huh?
Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. A mystic, misty, Mr. Mistake of mystifying mist.
Missed portions?
And
miscalculations?
No, it's gotta be M-I-S-T.
Missed calculations.
However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. The mistimony you just gave.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim who had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Yes.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But, according to the autopsy report, Godot, if you hand me an updated one, I will literally rip your mask off and shove it up your ass. The cause of death... I don't
see how those two actions are connected.
The cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back.
Ah.
This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
Ah.
What is the meaning of this then, Mr. Wright?
It's simple. People are like books. All got a front and a back. You get my drift?
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed to the stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it just... Ask me. You're just being too naive about the whole thing.
What do you mean?
There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. It requires total concentration and use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Played yourself.
You're starting to get cut off at the start of your sentences, which is odd.
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said. And the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly.
Okay.
A human needs one thing to see clearly. And that is light. Light.
Dr. Light.
By the way, did you know? The inner temple has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is in their training, the stone lantern in the garden is to always be lit.
I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to get to light that stone lantern.
Impossible?
It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to be nearly pitch black in the garden by that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening.
Yes, that illuminating fact has chased away all the contradictions. The staff was dropped. It would have been difficult to see. Also explains why they didn't recognize each other. Can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Wright?
No!
Humans aren't weak.
Order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind.
Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face?
What's wrong, Your Honor? Is that flame too hot?
This lantern, there's something written on it.
Huh?
Why? It's written in blood.
Oh boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet.
Written in blood.
Oh yeah, don't forget, you can't see red on white.
Oh.
Just remember in the recipe one, he couldn't see the ketchup stain on the white apron.
I honestly didn't remember that. I thought you were making that up when you said it earlier.
No, it's an actual thing. Like, I assumed that they were doing it as a one-off joke, and I thought it would have become relevant later in that case, and then it didn't, so I guess it's going to become relevant here. But yeah, he cannot see red on white.
It says, Maya upside down.
What the? Oh, yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone with the blood that was draining out of her body.
Certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean, what are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle.
Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday.
My eyesight is pretty messed up.
Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
So that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the... We know someone did.
Well,
Hang with people make this assumption. It must have been the victim writing down the name of their... Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot? Okay then, let's move on.
Godot is literally shaking. And somehow, I don't think it's from caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Dotem was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong.
Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. I guess we could technically try both Discord and Skype.
I mean, do you want to try that?
If it gets too bad, yeah.
Alright. Sister Iris's cover-up.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hasakura Temple and... I used the to alter the way the wound looked.
So you moved the body.
Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fey clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Donem was actually Misty Fey. I've committed a terrible sin.
Terrible trick of fate.
I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor.
To the inner temple after taking care of the body. But
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, blah blah, cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see how much of this actually went in.
Mr. Mystic Elise died. I called out to Mystic Maya. That's the end of it, okay.
Seems like that's a long way to carry it by herself. And also, wouldn't she have blood on her clothes? Although I guess the bloody clothes were found folded up in her room, according to Franziska. Has the snowmobile ever been tested for blood?
No. I'm gonna press everything to start, because I see nothing to present. So you waited until everything was over before making a move?
No, it's not like that.
She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid. Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument?
It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done.
So then, you knew. You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey.
Yes, of course I did.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyway, she was a very special person indeed.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself.
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow.
The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you can make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold.
There's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible. Heh. Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge?
The Snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Always do, but save state first. Snowmobile, because the tracks we've already gone about.
Yep.
Let me hear more about the snowmobile ride.
Well, it was very cold that night. So I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge. Sorry, witness. But now I've got a problem with your testimony. Excuse me?
Godot, what are you up to now?
That night, after the head nun left with the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple.
Yes, I'm fairly certain that's what the record indicates.
Let's recall her comments on the subject.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple... Alright. He was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I actually forgot that part. I pretty much forgot everything about Bikini's testimony.
The snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions when you say, stop fucking it up.
Order, Mr. Godot.
Coffee.
Why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony?
Because she sucks.
When does he get to do it and I can't?
You want to challenge me, boy?
I'll just go back to my burger now.
Alright. Did you put ketchup on it?
Yeah.
Good man. Let's just say I like things to be neat and tidy, okay? Well, maybe. Sister Bikini missed it. Yes, maybe she didn't see it.
You think she missed it? Doesn't sound right.
Heh. Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort, despite the fact that I just brought it up myself. It's just,
I feel like that was kind of his way of trying to help Phoenix a slight bit, but being like, nudge, nudge.
You better be careful in your testimony. That's all I wanted to say. Smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that. Crush his cup. Yes, sir.
What's that all about? Why would Godot want to give me a hint?
Very well then, let's continue with the testimony. So you transport the body by the snowmobile.
All the way to Hazakura Temple Courtyard?
That was the judge, actually.
Yes, I thought that way. Mystic Maya would never be suspected. Hiccup tried to sneak through. That's what I thought anyway, and then I...
I'll just press this last one for now. Is that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you?
Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst.
Probably. More like definitely.
I see. So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss Dotem.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing.
I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya.
Dun dun dun!
But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of.
Because Dahlia is evil?
I think what he's going for is that she's not trying to pin it on Maya. She actually thinks Maya did it.
So, I'm not exactly sure where we're supposed to poke here. I assume it's something to do with the snowmobile, judging by Godot's hint.
Yeah. I will say I am currently slightly tired right now, so there are times where I'm kind of just gonna go quiet because I'm thinking, but I don't have the energy to talk and think at the same time.
Fair enough. I'm thinking,
It's definitely on that spot.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a blood on the snowmobile thing, or it could just be a position thing, I guess.
Well, I'm going to eventually... I'm gonna take a crack! That's not what I want to press. It is not to present the snowmobile on that spot, so... I'm gonna try one thing, though. I'm gonna try another thing. I'm gonna see if I can take that other option that's there. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left of the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally, you would expect tracks.
This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazagura Temple. Yeah, I was wondering if she would just pull that out.
I see, snow is still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it was already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think of this testimony?
It's the most important thing ever!
I don't know.
When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. I need to double check a couple things. Whether that, the snow stopped at 10:50. That means that what they're saying is that based on when Bikini found them, over the course of 10 minutes, she was killed, dragged across the bridge, put on the snowmobile, driven over to her temple. It takes 5 minutes to get from the bridge to the temple by snowmobile. So that's 5 minutes to do everything but that step.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that'd be too much. That would definitely be too much as far as I'm concerned. Like, she did say about 11, but at this point, for simplicity's sake, I assume they're just saying it was 11. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But, does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
So I can poke it more. This should be fun. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
I think it makes sense that why we can't, I'll do the thing on that in a moment. I think it makes sense how you can't actually press or present stuff unless it's been added to the testimony, because the idea is that it needs to be officially added as something that was said, and therefore, if the case is ever opened up in the future, they can confirm that, yes, he did in fact, she did say this, and he did in fact make this logical conclusion as a result of it, instead of just being like, where did he pull this from? So I think it kind of makes sense. Alright. Nope. So it's gonna be the autopsy. Or not.
Okay, what can we add to that to make it all official and contradictory?
It's already contradictory. Okay.
I present your statement itself.
Yeah.
Maybe the weather report?
I did that. I did the weather report and the autopsy.
The map?
Nope. Remember, Rhino, it would be something that very clearly states it. It wouldn't be something that would, in a roundabout way, say it. Like, I assume with the map you were going for, like, not true, because it would take you too long to get over here. If it was that, they would just go for the weather data or the autopsy to show this is when these two things happened. So I'm gonna press this. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I've trapped her this time.
I see how you snow, huh?
What is going on here?
If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie Grid Revelations.
What if it's the body picture?
The what?
The body picture.
No, because that was taking place back in the courtyard. If you're gonna say about snow on the body, it would have been shaken off during the ride.
No, I got that. Plus, we already said it wasn't snowing.
Oh, okay.
Well then, Mr. Wright, perhaps you care to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather at the end of your index finger.
Yeah, I don't really see, to be honest, anything in here that would help.
Yeah. That was the only other one that seems to be focused on snow, besides the obvious snowmobile picture to me. What about the crystal?
Okay, well, let's get to the presentation part. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Oh no, wait, what? Oh, okay. I thought it was going to make me present right then and there, so I got confused. Could be the ball, actually. Nope. Okay, clearly we're not trying to say this. Clearly we're not trying to go for the time discrepancy here.
It's something to do with the snow.
It's something to do with the tracks. He made special note of the tracks, so I'm going to try presenting that photo. No, okay.
What do we have that involves snow in our evidence?
still haven't used this.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna use it. Well, we used it last time.
No, I don't think we actually did.
Yeah, remember we used it to present the picture of where the sphere came from.
I guess. The snow. Wait! The snow stopped after the lightning had struck and the bridge was on fire!
Aha!
Okay. Not that, but that's what we're going for, I think. It's not that as the evidence, though.
That's a good point, though.
But we've already tried everything that would prove this. Okay, maybe we have to do it on somewhere else.
Maybe present Larry's on fire bridge sketch.
Wait, I did that just now, but nope, not there. Oh my god. Okay, I'll try the weather data there. I don't know. Did it!
Where was it?
The part where she says she's dragging you across Dusky Bridge.
Oh, okay. And you presented the weather data?
Yep.
Okay.
You claimed that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred.
Occurred.
But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible.
What?
This is the weather data from the night of the murder, which we're getting a lot of use out of this case.
Yeah. Yay, weather.
According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time.
Why do you say that? Because it was on fire!
Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge... it was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it. It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney.
No! How did she not know the bridge caught on fire?
The power of justice compels you!
Order! 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 Have some fries.
The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way she could have crossed the bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man.
Me? How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Squat? I can't even do push-ups.
Sasquatch. The important thing now is to find out the truth, isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but,
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Donan was discovered at the Hazakara Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini. Witness Iris desecrating Elise Donan's body.
He makes a good point, on both accounts.
That's right. I'm not lying.
what are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night. So my memory is still somewhat hazy. Objection! Bullshit.
You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
It's only human to err.
Err.
If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you could explain to the court why the hell that word is pronounced the way it is.
I don't know. Why the fuck are pony and baloney spelled the way they are and pronounced to rhyme?
I like to think that baloney was made up by some corporate guy and said, I'm going to spell it a stupid way but pronounce it something that makes sense.
What is it?
Baloney is trash meat, not like coffee, which is neither trash nor meat. When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. Body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard.
Did you search for a catapult?
Yes,
Oh. Fair
it's
play.
only pumpkin-sized. Perhaps you would have some kind of perfect explanation as for this little magic trick. She flew!
Well, not exactly, no.
She flew!
I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt-out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony
Isn't the truth. You got cut off at the end.
Damn it.
Ah!
I did complete it.
Yeah, you did. But whenever you get cut off, I'm kind of finishing it for you.
All right then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that into your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be your final testimony?
No.
Whoosh! Boom, boom,